So I've been talking all that time. I did make a comment that the awesome transition was all on Squibbins, and this is an example of why. So we are just getting ready to set up. We've just transitioned over to some beautiful, beautiful Final Fantasy IV. This, for anyone who caught the Paladin percent race yesterday, this is what happens after Paladin percent. So we're going to continue killing my poor party. They worked really hard for that death. They've earned it, and now they get to rest. So to start right from the beginning, the reason that I started with the dead party is because that was part of my seed manipulation. I wanted to start immediately on Seed 92. Seed 92 is going to give me some beautiful things at the beginning, but we're ready to go. So let us get started. Hopefully everything will work fine. We'll certainly find out shortly. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. I will need all the mashing luck. Ooh, I've got a crop too tight. I'll see if I can fix that on the fly. It's not like that's a thing that there's any time where you have a break while mashing in Final Fantasy IV, right? Oh, Mylon-Z, I knew I could count on you. I knew you'd have my back. So when we start off with Final Fantasy IV, it is a 7 to 8 minute intro, closer to 8 for me, and it's just a whole lot of mashing at the beginning. And one of the biggest things is introducing the main character of Cecil, who is a Dark Knight in command of the Red Wings of Baron. And we're currently flashbacking to see a mission where they attack the town of Mysidia and steal their crystal. So it's pretty exciting. Hey, I'm playing Don't Wake the Family %, so I gotta make you guys all laugh out loud instead. Wake all your families. Though to be fair, it is 9 a.m. It's not that bad. Your son did awful things to Mysidia, Draven. How dare you? So literally, the beginning of this run just is attempting to mash as optimally as possible and not get hit by these two monster encounters. Now, they are both technically automatic, and by technically I mean absolutely, but as with all automatic attacks or battles in these sort of runs, it does mean there is a bit of randomness as to who and what they'll attack. And we try different button combinations. Nope. If you're frame perfect every time, you will get the same results. So good news is I am frame perfect every time to not get Raven Skip. I don't think I've seen Raven Skip in months. But that's okay. We don't need Raven Skip. We're going to land an airship, and we're going to try really quickly to crop this while we're landing. This is the sort of absolute shenanigans we attempt to do while playing video games. Hopefully that looks great now. My run's invalid, guys. I might as well reset. Reset right now. Yeah, at least the Raven missed. That is positive. So the reason we want Raven Skip is not because of the damage. They can't kill you. They're literally auto fights. But every hit they do does waste time. We don't want that. So instead, our good pal Baigen is going to report to the king. So on the airship, Cecil and his crew were discussing how the crew was very dissatisfied about what they just had to do. And Cecil's like, no, please, trust in the king. He would never ask us to do anything that was bad. And, we just got to support him. But Cecil, even though he assured his crew, he really is not so sure himself. So the king is the man who raised him, so he feels like he can bring up his concerns without any sort of recourse, right? No, not the case at all. So for asking his questions, he did get removed from his post as the captain of the Red Wings, and both him and his buddy, the Dragoon Kane, get sent over to be message delivery people to deliver a package to the village of Mist, which could not possibly go wrong. Okay, so we're changing our battle speed and message speed to 1 because we want to go fast, quite simply. Now, as I am on a step 92, I am on a seed. Final Fantasy IV loves us and makes it so if you're inside a building, inside a castle, even though there are literally 0 encounters in here, my encounter counter is still going. So any step that I take that is off the path will go against my step route. Now, the reason we're on seed 92 like I am is because so long as I take at least 1 extra step before I leave the castle, I'm guaranteed to get no encounters between leaving the castle and doing the misclip, providing I do the misclip correctly. Right? I thought it was logic. Guys, we're gonna have the best words here. I've slept like 4 hours. Squibbins got me beat, but yeah, I went to sleep 4 hours and then woke up and was like, I love speedrunning, guys. Let's play video games. Okay, so we're gonna take a step there. So that was an intentional step. Even inside of castles, there are certain tiles which just don't count towards your steps, and things like chairs, rugs, behind pillars are all no step to counters. So by taking 1 step off of that chair, it means I only get 1 extra step rather than 2. Let's go fast. We got this, guys. We are going to go the absolute fastest. So I have about 1 billion screens up right now, and the reasoning is there's a lot of different notes and whatnot. We are going to attempt, I'm going to have a reset I have to do in about 5 minutes, and that reset, of course, is going to change what seed I'm on. And some of the really great runners, like hopefully the one you'll see at GDQ, the AGDQ in January, will purposely be doing a hard reset in order to get a specific seed, a really ideal seed. After the missed clip, but I'm not to that level. So I have a lovely chart and a whole bunch of guides which are going to help me figure out what seed I'm on once I reset. So if anyone's familiar with some of the other Final Fantasy games, more specifically Final Fantasy VI, that's beautiful. You will always have a really easy guaranteed setup in order to get your step route. Not the case with Final Fantasy IV. Final Fantasy IV is not the game you want to start off with if you want to learn how to step route, because it is mean. So mean. So guys, do you love scrolling text? Because I love scrolling text. Yeah, it's definitely scary. It's why I recommend as a starting Final Fantasy speedrun, you should always, or I've so far have really enjoyed Final Fantasy VI. Not my first run, but I found it was a lot easier to pick up, less notes, less things you need to have up and checking. There's so many things you've got to check in Final Fantasy IV. For example, the guide I will be looking at to tell me what steps are where, so I know where I get my encounters, is the link I just posted in the chat. And oh boy, guys, it's an example of things to come. But why is Baron seeking the crystals? Why do the monsters keep increasing, guys? One of the common memes we like to do in the Final Fantasy IV community is to answer that question. Why do the monsters keep increasing? It is up to you, my chat, to tell me. Figure out the eternal mystery. Okay, so I gotta pick up my controller again. Break's over. We're about to get to the real run. Oh, and be in live split, because splitting is something we love. Okay, and away we go. So, if I had not taken that extra step off the chair, then that very first step I took out of Baron Castle would have been an encounter. But instead, I'm gonna go make friends with this beautiful chocobo friend. So we want a chocobo both because they're fast, and your encounters don't go up while you're on one. So hello, we're in this beautiful cave. Sometimes, in the morning, when I wake up, I just like to go for a walk in a misty cave, which is nice and calm, and no monsters whatsoever. Just the chillest kind of walk. And weird voices, so, you know. Thankfully for me, that chocobo doesn't matter. accident. Don't let me down like that. Okay, so I'm gonna try and explain what I'm doing while I'm doing it, but I'm not good at talking and doing. So we're gonna try and get 7 hits on the Mist Dragon before it changes forms. That was not a good start, so we're gonna do my backup and we'll see if it works. I found that sometimes if I switch the turn order around just a little bit, oh, a crit! I love crits! That I can get my 7 hits still. Excellent. I love this game so much, guys. So there's a couple things we're gonna do here. We're gonna parry with Cecil, because we ain't got time for that. Listen for a sound cue. Then we're gonna jump with Kane. The sound cue had betrayed me! Fine. Don't worry about it. So doing item duplication glitch. Good thing I got that crit because my sound cue betrayed me. You're supposed to be able to send Kane up into the jump right on the sound cue. And by doing that, you will jump and hit Mist Dragon, but just in time for the swap back. Thankfully, you don't trigger the counter-attack or message or anything if you do a jump with Kane. It's only physical attacks that will do that, but still not very nice. Okay, Mist Dragon done. Now, I'm not always so good at the mist clip here, so we're gonna do this convenient little save, just in case. No particular reason, though. So we're trying to break the game. So by saving, or by using a tent here, I interrupted my movement, so I kind of turned in place. So now the game thinks I'm one step over from where I am. So by walking on here, and hopefully buffering that input and saving, we're going to test to make sure it worked. Oh, it worked. Good. We're going to reset the game. And when I reload, because I had buffered that step, I will still be stepping on top of Mist. Can step right over. And we're in a town that I should be burning down. Spoilers, you'll find out in a minute. So, we got a few key things we've got to do here. First thing is, we got to steal that equipment. Kane, I love you, but I need your gloves. Don't ask why. Reasons. So, that 5 next to the invisible space indicated that I successfully duplicated my shield. So, by equipping it and unequipping it, I now have a stack of invisible shields. I think it's 65,000. So by selling them, you get 6.5 million GP, which is many dollars. And I bought a stack of 10 dancing daggers. Now, something that's going to be really important that I'm going to be doing in this run is there's many different factors I'm routing in order to make sure I successfully move through a huge glitch at the end. And one of those things that I am routing is my money. So I need to make sure I have a correct value of money, otherwise I will break the game in not a good way. So a lot of people will duplicate Kane's shield, but I have not practiced that, even though it always looks super easy when I see other people do it. When I do, there's a special little trade-off you can do. I never quite get it right, but I do know that so long as I don't buy anything I'm not supposed to here, we'll be okay. We got this. And actually, yeah, it was great. It was pretty beautiful. So, in that house, I picked up a tiara and a change rod, both of which are going to be really quite important for this run. The tiara much sooner than the change rod. The change rod is going to be used by a certain old gentleman that we pick up later to try and ensure that he does better damage values. We're going to see how well that goes. My last couple of runs, it hasn't gone so well. So it turns out that dragon that we defeated was actually a summoned beast, and when you defeat a summoned beast, you also kill its summoner. So this green-haired little girl is the daughter of the summoner we just accidentally killed. And speaking of accidents, the package we just brought contained an explosive, because the King of Baron has plainly lost his mind. Okay, come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, tiara down here, dancing there, chain. Done. inventory management. So cutscenes and any sort of animations are a really good time to manage your inventory. Now, if you're looking for really good inventory management, you might not see it here, but I'm going to do the best I can, trying to get some cool times for us here. But by managing the inventory in times like that, there's a lot of management I have to do, both for the items I'm picking up and for the glitch I'll be doing at the end. So it's definitely going to be a fun thing. So it turns out we blew up that town, and this little girl, for some reason, didn't want to come with us. Don't know why that would be. So she, being a summoner herself, decided we're going to stop everything, and we're going to cast Titan. Why do I always get encounters on the sand? So I think that was 20? That was 20, so I got an encounter on step 20. Good. Ooh, and step 32. 2032, 2032. So, because I got encounters on step 20 and 32, I know I'm on seeds anywhere between 90 and 93. This is bad news bears, because I know from somebody else's experience that seed 92, the really good seed I was on at the beginning, is absolutely awful if you get it later game. So here's hoping that's not the seed I'm on, but no, my luck, it's gonna be. I find most Final Fantasies, before you get to the later ones where you can skip cutscenes, are like 50% cutscenes. Oh, no64, yes, that is the full no super glitch run. So we're gonna try and kill us some soldiers with some run buffering. So one of the techniques we're going to use in this run is called run buffering, which is if I try and run at the right time when in a battle that is unrunnable. Nope, too early. That was beautiful. Mwah. Then you can input a command while the enemies are just kind of sitting there, because while the message is up, all the ATB for everybody is paused. So yeah, rather than your ATB going up while the enemies are or the enemy's ATB going up while you're choosing your actions, you can be choosing your actions in one of those buffers and save a bit of time. So that worked out beautifully. I killed all the soldiers before they had a chance to do literally anything, and we love it. We're going to keep that up. Yay! So after saving her, she's our friend now, so we have gotten Rydia. And poor Rydia's pretty squishy. She's got 30 HP. So we are going to do whatever we can to ensure she lives. So we're sticking her in the back row and equipping on that tiara we just got. Now, that's not going to guarantee that she does not die in the next boss fight, but it will guarantee that she won't be constantly one-shot in the next fight, which is understandably ideal. So one really important thing about this run is to make sure you talk to your poor sleeping girlfriend who begs you not to leave, and you leave. Because if you don't, once you make it through the next area, the old man who is guarding... No, Kaipo Hunk, why do you always want so many hugs? Please. Okay, that's it. Oh, good. Thankfully, I can take extra steps in a town. It won't affect anything. Leaving on the right side here, because that'll pop me up on the right side of the town. And my next encounter, if it's on the world map, I could have seed 92. We'll see. Nope. Okay, so I am either on seed 90 or 91. Yeah, we knew we were going to get that. So either I get an encounter just shortly after Tella, or I get an encounter in the next room. Not twin seeds. So this old man is here. We, as in the Dark Knight Cecil and Rydia, are currently going to Damsian because we need the Sand Ruby to help Rosa. But this old man, Tella, is trying to save his daughter from the worst mistake of her life. She is off to marry a wicked bard, and that is sadness and tears. He doesn't like it. But there's a big monster at the end of this cave. So he would like our help, and we're tough people, so we're gonna help. Join our forces. Mysidia, babe, I knew I'd miss you. I know, right? Looking for hugs in all the wrong places, but we've got you. I have faith that you will try and hug me. So that's a lovely walk. So I am on seed 91. So while we're running away, let us bring up my seed. Not as red as I would like, but also not as blue as it could be. So all of my seeds that my list of seeds are color-coded between blue and red being good, blue being bad. So I will save 57 seconds and 7 encounters and have only a few extra steps though. So my first this is a game where we take extra steps in order to manipulate the encounter route. So to skip encounters that we don't want, but I literally have no extra steps until Fabul, so we're just gonna chill here a little. And by chill, I mean get walking. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with me and my speedrunning, I'm not very good at walking. So I have never in a noCW run kept my step route the entire time. So we are gonna see how it goes. We're gonna have a little party, do a little dance. Okay, good. If I have lost my step route by the time I am leaving Mount Ordeals though, that can be good because it means I can do a manipulation, which will help me with the glitch at the end of this run, which will be really great. However, if you have a choice between the manipulation and step route, you want to pick step route. So, dodging encounters is always going to be faster. So, I'll close one of my screens here now, because I don't need that. I know what seat I'm on now. Now, there are some documents out there to help us if I were to get off step and get off seat, that there are certain key points where I could reset and find it again. Our very own Fred Coughlin has created those. I'm not very good at using it though, so I just kind of go into YOLO mode if that happens. So I did go off the path to get that Darkness Sword. Not only is it the last upgrade that we're going to get for Cecil in a while, I literally have 2 encounters in here. What a seed, guys. Okay. So the next boss is weak to the element on that sword, so we definitely want to get it. And even by Fabul, there tends to be some sadness and tears. So we're gonna just fall down all casual like fall down a waterfall. Don't worry about it. Nothing could go wrong. Running away. Running away. Yeah, there's so much falling. Squibbin set the mood, man. I just had to follow her lead. Okay, now we're on a lake, and we're about to fight, so Miss Dragon, while it's a technical fight, is not a particularly scary fight. And I wouldn't call Octoman scary, but this is our first kind of real boss, like serious boss fight. And because from the beginning of this fight, Octomam is the fastest boss in the game. So we need to remove tentacles in order to slow this guy down. So 3 hits for the first one, and 2 hits for everyone thereafter will remove tentacles, and every tentacle lost will slow Octomam down. So our big damage dealer here is going to be Rydia with her dancing daggers. Though that was a low roll, but even her low rolls are higher than Cecil's top rolls unless he crits. So first couple turns we are going to take advantage of Tella here and get him to toss a few lits on our friend here. Oh, crit, see? Sometimes FF4 loves us. Not very often, but on occasion. So one of the risks in this particular battle is, again, Rydia is really squishy. So we're going to take our 3rd turn here, and we're going to play a bit safe. I am so glad I did that, though unfortunately it came too late. That's okay, we can bring her back. I'm just going to keep hitting this boss here until it's Tella's turn again, and we're going to bring our poor green-haired girl back, because you know who's much more useful than Tella? Her. So, here we go. Excellent. Didn't get Tella-lifed. So another thing that Tella can do, like a total champ. Seriously, Octomam, please. We're trying to do a thing here. We're trying to stop you from doing mean things. Can you please let us? My friend? Oh, good. So the thing I was about to say that Tella didn't do, he just did. And we refer to that in the Final Fantasy IV community as Tella Life, where every spell has its own individual mischance, and those go along with the character's specific stats. Oh my god, I was gonna say don't do it, Aquaman. And so Tella has a chance of actually missing spells, and one such spell is the life spell, which he just did. He missed it. He missed life. Thank you. So if you look in Frankervay C, we have a Tella life thing. You should spam it in chat now, because Tella showing us how much he's our man, and in punishment for his deeds, we're stopping him because we don't like that attitude. Oh my god, he failed stop. That was 2 Tella lives in a row, guys. We are Seath Thug Life. Wow. Wow. I cannot even right now. Shadow Sword, you gotta go. We're done here. Just parry. Just parry, Tella. We're done with you. You're banished. Thankfully, Tella does get a small chance to redeem himself later on in the run. Also, Rod, bye. We don't need you either. Bye. So we have succeeded. So again, even you saw how much was going wrong. As long as you don't play fast and loose with the battle, you should not have a problem with Octomam itself. But boy, that was a beautiful example of the sort of thing that Final Fantasy IV loves to do to you, because it hates you and it hates everybody. It hates me, it hates life. And it's nothing personal. FF4 just hates. You know Kefka? His little speech where he's like, I hate. That's what Final Fantasy IV does. But we love it. We love it so much, and so we keep playing it. But that's okay. We love this game, guys. So turns out the Red Wings, even without Cecil, are still up to their nasty tricks. And they, as 32 says in the chat, they did a literal drive-by or a flyby and bombed this poor kingdom of Damcian. And as you can see, they did not take it well. And so turns out Tella's daughter got caught up. So he's a little angry, especially when the certain bard shows up. Now we're going to do some pause buffering here. So the reason I am pausing in this battle is because another thing I'm manipulating for the glitch at the end is the in-game timer. So you spoony bard, love that line, so beautiful. But yeah, the in-game timer is going to have an effect on the glitch I'm doing later. So this is one of the spots I like to pause, save some time. Bard just wants me to listen. Listen, Bard. You are not the boss of me. Or Tella. Especially not Tella. Nobody's the boss of Tella, let's be real. So it turns out Anna, she's not done yet. She's still got some life in her hair. Okay. So she's just explaining that our poor little spoony bard here turns out to actually be the Prince of Damcian himself, Edward. And so she jumped in front of the attack to save him. So both Edward is sad, Tella is angry, and now that he's found out the new leader of the Red Wings is a certain gentleman named Golbez, he gathers all of the strength he never showed us in any previous fight to push big, tough, covered in armor Cecil out of the way, so he could go and try and exact his revenge. Yeah, get our sadness and tears, guys, because Anna is gone, and I have a feeling she would be pretty useful in this run. However, if you guys are used to Edward in the casual game, you're going to be in for a very pleasant surprise, because he's our pal in this. He does some magical things which are super great. I have to take, I'm just, while we're talking here, looking ahead to some of the places I do have to take some steps and routing my steps. So, because when we're doing step routing, there's 2 different types of steps we can take. There's extra steps, where I walk back and forth, collecting steps in my step pile. And the second time, oh my goodness, Nikki, that would be amazing. And the second kind are optional steps. And so the optional steps are places where I purposely walk off the normal path. I don't walk back and forth. I do continue walking on a path, but I walk off the normal route in a way which will collect me a certain amount of extra steps. So I have 9 such of these steps in Fabul. Yeah, she's just moving a lot less. So there are two different paths that you can take to stay on step route here. You can take the top interesting path like I did. You could take the top boring, more aesthetically pleasing path, which pleases dark elves. So if we have any dark elf problems, you know why. Because I cannot appease the true hero of this game. Instead, I have to take the interesting path. So speaking of interesting, on your path there is that chest which is containing a life. And we refer to that as our safety life because we literally have to walk past it on our way. And we need both Iridia and Edward alive for this battle, and we need Edward alive for the end of the next boss battle as well. So Final Fantasy IV just knows if you don't pick up that safety life, and with all the encounters that this step route is giving me before this boss, I would have picked that up anyways. But yeah, it's always a nice thing to pick up for safety, considering it takes literal frames to pick it up, as it is directly in your path. So the usually tame antlion decided they're having none of it today. So, thankfully, this fight's a little not so nice in casual, but we're not playing casual. Counterattacks every time we physical attack, but using dancing daggers as an item the way we are counts as a magic attack, so it does lots of damage, and it's just great in general. So safety life, I love you. Oh no, that's not what I wanted to do, guys. If you're gonna move things around, move them in a good way. Don't inventory maintenance like a chimp. Dreamer, we don't got time for dreaming. Bye. Okay, good. We beat Antlion, guys. Gotta get in life split, otherwise that red's gonna stick around. Okay, so we found the sand ruby. We are lovely. Yeah, Antlion is creepy, but thankfully really easy in this version because we have dancing daggers and they are overpowered. If you're doing running the Japanese version of this game or doing a real-time attack where you don't reset at all, then you don't get a chance to get the dancing daggers. So there are different strategies involving actually grinding out some levels for Rydia and casting Chocobo. It's what we do, Mylon. It's what we do. So, even though Rydia's still got not the greatest amount of health, we don't worry about it at this point. We literally just need to escape this cave, and once we've escaped the cave, we are set to go. We will get a free heal before we need to care about anything again. So we are just literally running. Hello. Running forever. Okay, once again with our not aesthetically but much less boring path. All are walking. Yeah, so half the battle in this game I find is just memorizing where to walk. And the shoals. Nobody likes the shoals. Well, and by nobody I mean I don't like the shoals. I navigate them like someone who should never be allowed to drive, but they gave me a hovercraft anyways, so we're gonna do the thing. So getting our sand ruby means that we can now go and revisit our girlfriend, make sure she is a-okay. Okay, don't do it. Kaipo everybody, please. I am really popular in Kaipo. I don't know if it's something I did. They've heard of my great deeds and want to hug me all over the place, but it is a reoccurring trend I have when I come to Kaipo. There's a few different towns which are really bad for NPCs trying to get in your way, and theoretically, if you move frame perfectly the same way every time, the NPCs will also move the exact same way every time, but I'm not so great at that. So I get a lot of NPC hugs. They just want to love me. And why wouldn't they? Look, I'm Cecil the Dark Knight. I'm pretty fabulous. Not everyone can be like Rubicante. Like, seriously, he is the best. Oh gosh. Oh goodness. So Edward is still really quite sad. His girlfriend slash fiance just got murdered, saving him, and so he is sad, but he's also a bard, so he's gonna sing out his feelings in the middle of the night while everybody is trying to sleep. Really considerate. This is why no one likes you, Edward. Except for me. I like you because you have dancing daggers. So, this waterhead comes out of literally nowhere and says, oh no, I'm trying to get my beauty sleep. Can you see what is happening here? We can't have that. So, turns out Anna, even though she's dead, is coming back from beyond the grave to give us a motivational speech, because she's awesome. So in this battle, so long as I have Edward in the middle position, which is the highest priority position according to Final Fantasy IV, and have the dancing daggers equipped, he is considered to have the Final Fantasy IV equivalent of 100% accuracy, which is actually 99%. So all I need to do is hit this water hag 3 times and he's dead, which is great because it actually has 45,672 HP because excessive. Super excessive. So the purpose of that battle is to get some more levels and get some more strength for Edward, which is good because we need every little bit of it. Even though we have made it so he is a bit of a damage machine with the dancing daggers, he is still squishy. Small and squishy. But that's okay. He sung his feelings out and he's feeling a lot better now. So now that we gave Rosa the nap she needed, we are off. We're back to our hovercraft. No more hugs. No more hugs. Hugs are banned. Actually, hugs aren't banned. Come, give me all the hugs now that I've passed you. And you can't stop me. Okay. So this time leaving the left side, so I appear right on my hovercraft. This game has some really interesting tech where you're like, what? How is that even a thing? Well, it is a thing. So, next up, we decided as a group that since Baron really seems to want all of those crystals, we're going to try and defend the next one. So you're seeing I am parking my hovercraft in that specific spot right to the left of the mountain. Right to the left. Good. Confusing. Anyways, to the left of the mountain. That is part of Glitch Manip, surprisingly enough. So that's going to chill there. So this mountain is in the way on the way to Fabul, which is the closest place, and we are going to try and warn them about Baron. But the only way to melt a ice wall, according to Final Fantasy IV, is fire. And poor little Rydia is absolutely traumatized by fire for what I think are really obvious reasons. So, but thankfully we have a trauma counselor or a really good briber with cookies, Rosa, to convince Rydia that of course she wants to learn fire. Fire is the greatest. And in fact, it is so great, we're never going to use it again. Not Fire 1 at least. Fire 1, we ain't got time for Fire 1. So, because I'm on step route, that is the only encounter I am going to get before the next boss. So I get to just chill, have a nice relaxing time. And there's a poor karate man here, and we're going to try and give him a hand. Not that he needs it. He is Karate Man Yang. He is the man with the plan. And the sneezies. It's a bad time of year. The air is so dry on this mountain. So, again, like any of these auto fights, the damage is random. Or at least I say random, but not guaranteed. So this battle can either be between 3 and 5 turns. Yang not doing us a solid, so he'll always go kick, punch, kick, punch, kick. And so he missed on his punch, but providing his kick does enough damage. Oh my god, Yang. Yang just successfully gave me 5 turns. This is the worst luck. You do not want this luck. This is Final Fantasy IV going, oh, I hate everyone, do I? Let me show you how. So, go 5-turn Yang. I knew you had it in you. But as awesome as he is on those monsters, this guy looks a little threatening. So I'm going to try and explain while I do it. So first phase of Mom Bomb has 800 damage before she will go into her next form. So we are going to try and hit her a whole bunch, and that'll be great. I am going to try and heal up Rydia before Mom Bomb explodes. Oh, that's plenty of damage. Because I need both Rydia and Edward to survive. So after Mom Bomb says explode, which she'll say in a second in the explodey cloud phase here, I'm going to want to kick a few seconds after that. Here we go. getting ready with Edward. So we're going to explode into phase 3, which is 6 different bombs. The gray bombs each have 100 health. Wow, I'm so glad I healed there. So I need dancing daggers to kill them in one shot. So we're doing the kick because we want to weaken one of the yellow bombs, or orange bombs, sorry. So Rosa can kill it with an aim. And I know the top bomb is the one that took the most damage, so that's what we're going to do. Oh, thank God. So Edward had lots of damage, so we're okay. Because he's the one... Oh, what was that, guys? That was a bad team effort. Bad team effort. Oh, no. Okay, so this is... We need safety life. I should be attacking with Rydia, but I need safety life more than I need to attack with Rydia. Because Edward needs the HP, needs the experience in this battle. Okay, just don't explode on Edward. Okay, cool, we don't need Rosa. Rosa's fine. Look, she was fine. So that was not the most ideal Mom Bomb, but Mom Bomb as the first scary boss of the game, I tend to go with the strategy that any survived Mom Bomb is a great Mom Bomb, and Edward did survive, so that is great. Now that will give him the experience he needs to be slightly less squishy for the next series of battles. Oh yeah, Edward is so important in this run, at least up to the point where you lose him on the boat. He is my main damage dealer, him and Rydia, but as soon as you get Edward, there is not a point where you don't need him. Because dancing daggers are so OP, guys. They are amazing. So he's alive, everyone's fine. Even Rosa's alive, so I had nobody die, but I only had one bomb explode. So this is great, doing fabulous. That was the only encounter I'm going to have walking down this mountain. But I have a potential, I think, of up to 6 battles on my walk, and my stepdad is telling me I have 4 of them. So that's lovely. That's beautiful. But everyone is in plenty enough HP. I'm going to get a full heal before the next thing I need to do. So I just need to have enough HP on at least one character, and by one character I mean Cecil, in order to survive the walk. And thankfully Cecil has so much health. We are totally fine. So we're going to walk it off. So, that was my 3rd or 4th battle. I think it was my 3rd battle. But counting's hard, so I'm too busy trying to step correctly. That was our 4th battle. There we go. So where we get battles only matters on the steps. So, I'm a big believer in safety saving, and I haven't saved since I misclipped. So we're going to do a safety save in front of Fabul, because we're already... Final Fantasy IV is on its top game today, so I'm going to have to be actively doing what I can to defeat the evil monster, which is Final Fantasy IV. So one of the interesting things about Final Fantasy IV is you can mash through text with almost every single button on the controller. However, there's only certain buttons that will either accept text or cancel it. So when you have a series of text boxes, such as the one with the king where you have to say yes or no, you want to make sure you are mashing with A specifically. Usually I mash with Y because it's a button which is not used for anything else in this run. So, and many other runs. So 6 fights in Fabul Gauntlet, all are random encounters, even though the boss music is there. So, hold on a sec, we're going to run buffer a whole bunch, which is great. This is why we need Edward. Because all of these guys hit for a lot of damage, and we need to try and make sure that we kill them before they can hurt Edward. They can hit Yang and Cecil basically as much as they want. Nope. I don't even have anything to organize. Too good, guys. Too good. So, first battle down. So we'll have 3 of those soldier fights out of the 6 I'm doing. 2 fights with Weepers and 1 with a Gargoyle. The Gargoyle is a special fight because it's only 1 enemy, but not only do I want to kill it fast, I have an item duplication I need to do there. And I'm mentioning that because I need to not forget to do it. That would be very, very bad. Hello, monsters. What up? Nope, too early. No, why would they hit me like that? So again, very specific order of who I'm attacking with who. That water hag does not like Cecil's sword, so we attack him with it. because, you know, gotta get them benefits. Thank you. Everyone's very on point. I love it. So we are going to gain some levels. That's lovely. But unfortunately, still having to pull back. There are just simply too many monsters, so we're trying to help Fabul, but we're not doing the greatest job. Actually, we're doing a fabulous job, but there just comes a point where we are completely overwhelmed. Okay, getting our run buffers in. Again, we are trying to get our moves. That one special water hag, that's because he was angry. Do not wake up a water hag, or otherwise they have excessive HP. If they just show up, though, then they're just weak. Yeah, that one in Kaipo is just not very nice. Okay, still good. Okay, so it's the next fight. I'm gonna have to do my dupe here. Also, if at any point you guys have any questions about the run or what I'm doing, feel free to ask them in chat, and I will answer as best as I can. But I am gonna focus up for a second here, because I'm not the best at this. Okay, we got this. Did it. Okay, so that item duplication is super, 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 super important. If you don't do it in that fight, you need to do it by the last fight. Oop, too early. Because we need those fire claws. Desperately, desperately need that stack of fire claws. Yang. Okay, that's fine. So that claw that I removed from Yang actually doesn't do anything for his damage roll. It just affects his accuracy. So theoretically, I can equip it again, but on the other hand, were I to equip it on the same hand as I removed it from, I would break the glitch, my duplication glitch I've set up. But we're in the last fight, so we don't really need it anyways. We're fine. Yeah, Edward, he's not the most considerate of people. And we really don't appreciate his attitude. Wow, see, 28. Look, you guys, you should not need Edward to clean up your mess here. That's just sad, guys. This is why we need the Darkness Sword on Cecil, because even with the Darkness Sword, I'm wasting time punching this general. Yeah, we're gonna leave that right where it is. So yeah, even with the Darkness Sword, you saw how, like, little damage he did on some of those hits. It's just gross. Okay, so this split is not considered done until I have finished the kind of auto fight here with Kain. However, after defeating those 6 battles, I am done with the Fabul Gauntlet. I want to die in this fight, though. We're going to try and skip text. Let's see if Final Fantasy IV loves me today. Oh wait, we know what this is. So if we get good enough damage rolls... Oh, Kain, you do love me. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. So we wanted to do that. If you can get Cecil into critical HP within the first 2 turns, then you skip a bunch of extra text that Kain says. The absolute ideal is for Kain to hit you just above Cecil's critical range, and then for Cecil to kill himself just straight up, and then you get no extra text. But unfortunately, we don't yet have a way to purposefully manipulate that and run. So we just kind of have to hope the game loves us. Yeah, exactly. Because let's be real, a lot of what happens in these games really does come down to skill as much as we want to blame the game. But for things like that, I don't control damage rolls. So, but the game did love me today, so we're good. Making up for those telelives. So the new commander of the Red Wings, Golbez, just showed up and was like, we're taking that crystal. Kain is my slave. Oh, you guys like Rosa? We're taking her too. Bye! Toodles! So, leaves. Because he's not very nice. So, we have, everyone's really demoralized, and Rydia, who still has white magic, cured us all up, because she's great like that. She's a real pal. So, like with any run game, you can sit and mash in sections where you can be moving, so that is something we're going to avoid. Now, I took that path and avoided the rug, purposely to pick up some extra steps. Same like I'm going to do to enter this inn, by walking that way, so, one sec, I only want 1 step in this room, and, so I want up, 1 over, okay, sorry. That's different than usually I get the 10 extra steps in Fabul, and 10 extra steps in Fabul, or optional steps in Fabul, yeah, means that you walk a certain path, but I only had to do 9 optional steps. So that's a bit of a different ball game. Oh, oops. Shoot. Scroll down on my thing too soon. I need to know which step I'm taking. Okay, excellent. So again, I walked that path on purpose, but now we've got some things to do, starting with... Now we're going to dupe this an extra time, because now we've got Black Box 5 or Black Box 4, and that is exactly what we want. Rydia, I love you so much, but give me back that tiara, it's mine. And equipping Cecil with his shiny new black sword, or his new dark sword? Let's not question the adjectives too much. Okay, so we are leaving. We have done our necessary equipping. We have successfully duplicated our fire claw. We are ready, guys. Do you know what we're ready to do? We're ready to go on a boat. Boat, 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 boat. So goodbye, monks. I'm so sorry that we couldn't save you. But sometimes you just gotta do this on your own, you know? I know, right? Gosh. To be fair, Rydia is very, very good with her dancing dagger, but if she could Moon Tiara action, goodness, I wouldn't even need Edward. I'm on a boat! I'm on a boat. We're on a boat. Okay, so let's look at my encounters. Mount Ordeals is not super nice, but it's not bad, and my walk to Mount Ordeals only has 2 encounters, so that's nice. I like that. That is kind of as good as it could be. How long is this compared to Glitchless? Oh, this is much shorter than Glitchless. Much shorter. And it really kind of depends on which version of Glitchless you mean. Because in Final Fantasy II US Glitchless, it's a huge different stack of items. They change your items, they change your abilities, they change the boss HP, so it's a very different thing. You can finish the Super Famicom version. My personal best in it is 3 hours and 20 minutes, but their timings are also different. But that's also not Glitchless. So Glitchless is like, I would say 4 hours. The other any % run, noCW, which it's not glitchless, but it doesn't do the glitch which skips a third of the game that I'm going to do. And that run, I think the world record is currently like 3 hours and 4 or 5 minutes. My PB in that one is 4 hours and 8 minutes. So this run is approximately, this run can be finished in under 2 hours. My personal best is 2 hours and 11 minutes, so we should be able to finish it in less than 2 hours and 20 minutes, so we'll see. We're having a party. What could possibly go wrong? So, turns out we're on a boat, and things go wrong on a boat. So we're being attacked by Leviathan, and poor Rydia gets tossed over, and Yang goes to help, and Cecil pushes him in like a total champ. Or if you would choose to believe, Yang is just that awesome that he chose to dive in himself in after Rydia because he is amazing. We're gonna go with the latter one because what could possibly go wrong? Unboatleavable. I'm not quite sure how that works, but I like it. I like it a lot. And so Cecil wakes up alone. He's very sad about that. He doesn't know where he is. And so it is up to Cecil now to save the world on his lonesome. I'm sure nothing could possibly go wrong with that, right? Right? So here's a town. Let's go check it out. So bad news bears for Cecil. Turns out this town we have shipwrecked next to is Mysidia, the same town that he ransacked and stole their crystal at the beginning of the game. Oopsie. Boop boop. Also, in the background of the music, all I can hear are the boop boops. Oh, the DS version of this is so hard and such a different game. Boop boop. Speaking of Final Fantasy IV memes, boop boop. So I am buying very specific items here especially. So I want stacks of 70. And the reason I want 70 is both because that's the amount I want and because I have to sell 2 stacks of 70 off of those fire claws. So that leaves me with a stack of 114 fire claws. And that's very specific. So hello. If you talk to these different mages, they really hate you. They try and turn you into pigs, into frogs. One guy in the inn just outright poisons you. He just does not even mess around. Oh, that would be pretty amazing. Star Tropics theme. So you go to the Elder asking for help, being like, this is bad. I'm not with Baron. Please help. We gotta stop them. And the Elder's like, I understand what you're saying, but we don't trust you for very obvious reasons. If you can climb our sacred mountain and prove that you're good by becoming a paladin, we'll totally trust you. And Cecil's like, guys, I gotta save the world. I don't have time for this. And the Elder's like, no paladin, no help. And so you're like, okay, fine, whatever. And then he's like, and take these 2 5-year-old twins. And you're like, do you understand what responsibility means, old man? Mysidia, babe. You did as you promised and you gave me hugs. Thank you. Usually she blocks you on the way into the building. So you did, yeah, basically it's that. No pally, no helpy. So we have picked up our 2 twins who are even more useful than Tella. Which doesn't take much. Or can be more useful than Tella. The bonus is, with where we are in the run, is we are not very far away from the point where Tella actually gets useful, which is fabulous. So for those of you guys who saw the Paladin % run race yesterday, this is going to start to look very different after we do the mountain. The mountain's going to be much the same. We've been doing a few little minor things up until then, but we want to see the rest of the run. Where does this game go after that? And that's what we're going to explore here today. No strike first, just running. I was supposed to get that encounter. Excellent. Okay, so Final Fantasy IV proving that it absolutely adores Elemental Wall. Yes, Nutella is better than Tella. Most things are. I feel like I shouldn't trash on him, but let's be real. He Tella-lifed me twice in Octomap. Twice! And misstop. No, that was the twice. That was the second time, but still. Shall we go on? No. So... Meanwhile, in the bowling alley. So in the Japanese version, that cannonball up above Rosa's head was a scythe or a guillotine, but they decided that apparently crushing deaths are much less traumatizing than a death where you get sliced. So yeah, let's not tell them that. Actually, that's a bit terrifying. So this is actually the Tower of Zot, which, unlike in the Paladin % version, we're gonna visit. Rosa, you do not have to languish there alone, fearing for your life. We're gonna save you, lady. I'm here for you, but not for a little bit. We got things to do first, like climb this mountain and become a paladin. Nutella. Hey, you could make a Tella out of Nutella. I'm a huge fan of Quick and Painless. Hello, zombies. So that's the only encounter I'm gonna get on this particular level. Oh, and I mentioned Tella earlier, didn't I? Hello, welcome. So Tella, being his usual self, just kind of walked the direction we're heading to he came from. So he's on the mountain looking for the legendary spell of Medio, which the twins quickly point out he's way too old to use. And this isn't ageism, he is literally too frail to use it. He has 90 MP and is not enough to cast Medio, even if he had it. And so while pointing this out, the twins are also totally fanning. They are so excited they are getting to meet the Sage Tella. And Tella promptly ignores them to have adult talk with the Dark Knight, because Tella's a nice person. And he's like, you're becoming a paladin? I'm coming with you. I'm gonna find Medio there. So also, either that firewall automatically regenerates, or Tella put it back up after he joined because he's not very nice. Oh yeah, his stats reflect, and actually, as Tella levels up, if you have him long enough to do that, his stats go down because he's getting even older, so he gets even weaker and frailer. So there is our Lilith. So we now officially have no more encounters, so we're going to do some equipping right here, because I'm here. And let's do this right now. So we're going to equip some toys. So we're giving the tiara to our lovely white mage for reasons. We're doing this before we continue, and then we're going to do this. So that change rod we got earlier, finally getting put to use, because we don't want to give it to Tella earlier, because that's bad. God, everyone's full. I don't need to cure anything. Oh, no. One thing I do need to do. So, Fire Claws, I love you lots, but you gotta go away now. Thank you. So, hold sec. There's a stepping I'm gonna do here after. Wow, this is a step route, guys. So this is an optional step I can take here, but we're not taking it. And it's time. I've done my equipping, so we can go right into Mylon. So, our lovely friend, who was in a red cape earlier, I want to note, changed his cloak to look especially fabulous for us, and is here for the party. The zombie dance party, which we are going to take out with these cures. So when you're using twin, you only need one twin to actually initiate the action. So I'm using Palom to continue helping us kill those ghasts, and we're going to use Porum to actually start. Now you notice I swapped her with Palom, and I put her, nope, don't do that, and I put her in the middle position. The reasoning for this is the stats for the damage of the twin cast are taken from the twin in the highest priority position, which the middle position is. So we put Palom in there as we didn't with having the change rod, or sorry, we didn't give Palom the change rod, so he doesn't have the extra magic power, but the tiara does. Don't do it. Okay, good, thank you. So instead, we're going to toss dancing daggers with Palom because we're awesome like that. No, we don't want to use spells. You can fail with spells. You can't fail with items. Pretty beautiful. So we're instead going to initiate the twin with Porum again. We're going to keep tossing dancing daggers for extra damage. So we do want to get flares from the twin cast. So doing those extra damage with oh boy, that was bad. Doing that extra damage with the dancing daggers does give us a chance to hopefully kill Mylon earlier. Okay, well that's fine. It's not like Cecil needed that damage, that experience. Legit, he didn't need that experience, so that's gonna give a bit more experience for everyone else. That might be enough to earn fire too. I don't think so though, but we'll see. Nope, that's cool. I wasn't gonna use it anyways. So, we got comets, that's fine. Don't worry about it. So we're gonna use our singular life, which I used already. I was gonna use it up, but I used it. So let's use this life. I do actually need Cecil. He needs to be alive. That is really rather important. So the twins are only down a little bit. We're still going to cure them because we need that. We're also going to move this up here. What up? So we need to cure the twins because we're going to be doing some more twin strats here. But next, we're going to do what is my favorite strategy. We're going to use piggies, but we're only going to do a half piggy party because we need to do magic still with our twins. So we're all prepped, so way to go for Mylon Take 2. Oh my god, back attack! How completely unexpected. So we're going to do a bit of pause buffering here because he likes to talk forever. So the pigs are in order to dodge poison, which doesn't work always because he likes to target twins, but that's okay. Because we have other characters who can cure up and make sure we have living twins. So we're going to do that. Hello. Oh, thank goodness. Because that can go bad. We don't want to die from poison. And we also don't want the extra damage. Yes. Oh, that was an excellent flare. Damaged by poison. See, this is why. We're on message speed 1, and that stayed up literally forever. We ain't got time for that. That's right, you hit them, Cecil. Hit them for all they got. Oh my goodness. This is why I got the Tele-Lives earlier. Thank you, game, thank you, game, thank you, game. we're not even gonna do special optimizations. We're just gonna get that twin started. So we're gonna toss Cure 2s at him. So you'll notice that Cecil and Tella will not get poisoned, even if they get hit, because they're immune. Wow. I cannot even right now. Oh no, I was really hoping he'd die on that turn. Oh, yeah, he did. So we're gonna do some organization here. Where's my stuff? There you are. Toss the dancing daggers up there. That'll do. Do. Guys, we learned fire too. Not that I really need it now, but I got it. Wow, Mylon, that was great. Mylon, thank you. Thank you for taking a break and leaving poor Palom alone. Palom seemed to have some sort of immunity, and I'm going to take it, because that is the sort of luck we want to see. So the other side effect of having a piggy here is the other characters go back to normal because they're NPCs in this scene, but Cecil's still regular, so he stays in whatever status ailment he has, so we get our ever so wonderful Piggy Pally. Loves me some Piggy Pally. Worth it every time. So that Franker Face Z emote was actually made by our very own Dravenheart. It's our Bakadin. So of course, I'm not fully a paladin yet. I do have to finish up this. I have to fight myself, which sounds a bit awkward, but we're gonna give it our best try. So we're gonna... There's a lot more I need to do in this battle, so we're gonna see how much of it we can fit in, while still trying to take out this Dark Knight. I want the Paladin Shield, thank you, and the Dancing Daggers. Oh no, can't run, too early. Oops, that's bad. Guys, don't just fight. That's the way to extra text. Come on. No! No! Come on, if it's enough damage, we're good. No, guys. Extra text. No, take him out. Take him out. Come on, you can do this, Cecil. No, I must fight now. I have to. That was a really bad Dark Knight fight, but we did it. We got through. That's all that matters. We will very shortly officially be a paladin. So my time will be faster than you would have seen, or not faster, generally slower than you potentially would have seen yesterday in the race, because I had extra stuff to do, plus I just had some really bad Dark Knight. So on a Paladin % run, this is where I would split and finish, but we're not done here, folks. We have a whole hour to go. We want to see what happens with the rest of the game, right? Yeah, technically, you are officially supposed to not fight in that scene. You may have to cure sometimes as well, but as long as you don't fight, you should live. Often defending helps, but if you keep fighting, you can die. So Tella, not only did we become a paladin, which, by the way, the Elder really thought we couldn't do, Tella did learn Meteo, the spell he came for, and he remembered all of his forgotten spells, which, when you are Tella's age, is apparently a lot of spells, because he goes from having 6 spells of each type to having a full inventory of spells, both white and black, showing how amazing he is. And thankfully, Tella does get actually a little bit amazing. So, we're not going to do a victory Meteo here, because we're actually still playing, so we are routing this on purpose. Yes, I have left everyone in the back row like they were previously. This is part of the strategy. So, we are currently still on step route. Yep. We're supposed to get that encounter. So we are still on step route, so unless I lose it on my way down the mountain, we will not be doing the guaranteed chocobo manip. But speaking of guaranteed chocobo manip, we're gonna have to get that set up here now. We're gonna add some awesome things to the screen here in a moment. Oh, that was my only encounter. I'm here waiting for an encounter to show up. we're going to transition that over so you guys can see the beautiful, beautiful red bars. So it is an accepted part of this run, an official part of the run, that we are allowed to use this particular helping tool for this run. And these bars will tell me whether I get a good chocobo. Now, my next step is to go to a chocobo forest, get a chocobo, and then I need to see what direction on the screen this chocobo goes on when I finish World's Map. Was I supposed to get that? Yes, I was supposed to get that exact encounter. It really didn't have to be a surprise like that, but thank you. So back attack manipulation and surprise attack manipulation is not a thing yet, sadly. So yeah, usually I would save here and reset, but I'm on step route still, so we're not going to do that. No, come to me, my friend. So again, I want a chocobo. The top of the chocobo's head needs to not be touching a red bar. Otherwise, I'm going to have to farm and get another chocobo, or I will soft lock in the glitch I will be doing at the end of the game. End of the run. And both things are accurate. Okay, I gotta take this out of studio mode so I can see this more clearly. That was beautiful. We are totally okay. That was a good chocobo. So, good. Thank you, chocobo overlay. You have done your duty. And now, to show everyone my pretty, radiant, and majestic new nature. Cecil was pretty before, but now he's majestic. Okay, so so that's where we take extra steps. That's lovely. Toroya Castle is where my next steps are that I need my maps for. So we're going to bring those up. So do you guys love a legend? Because there's a long one right here. It's here to say, hello, how are you? Oh. Okay, So apparently there's a legend written on the sword, which the elder advises us, now that we've become a paladin and received the sword, that he believes we are the one they're talking about in the legend. And not only does he believe we're good people, but he believes we are actually the ones who have to save the world. So Tella, of course, is coming along to help. And the twins are like, no, we're not leaving either. We may have joined to be spies. Oopsie, they're totally spies. In fact, they're like, no, we're part of this now. We're helping. So they have been very kind, and there is a nice, really handy, don't do it, please, no. Okay, good, we're good. There's a really handy pathway between Barrentown and Mysidia here, which had previously been closed because they're like, we don't like you anymore, Baron, you attacked us. And some of the best music in the game. Wow. Wow. If it wasn't what we were doing, this track of music would literally be the worst. But it's actually pretty amusing. Okay, so I gotta take 6 extra steps here. So we're gonna get our first 2, 4, 6. Excellent. First set of just walking around. So you may not have known this, but Barrentown has actually been physically rearranged from how it was in the Japanese version. They moved buildings around. So hi, look, Yang's here, guys. Yay, Yang. Unfortunately, Yang apparently is with these soldiers and it's gonna attack me like a big jerk. Don't appreciate that. Really not very cool of you. So we're gonna take these guards out. Good, you attack Tella. Providing they leave Palom alive, we can do some stuff here. So, hello. I was gonna do some stuff and I forgot what I was gonna do, so I just didn't do it. Guys, counting is so hard. So the way we trigger this fight is, yeah, we don't care. We want to do things. There's actually nothing I need to rearrange right now, so we have to hit him on the second turn, otherwise bad things happen. I'm just going to move these around, because that's fun. Hello. Okay, good. So this is how we win. We don't care that anyone dies. No, we're not doing early ouch strats. Listen. I just got done reading that those are not a thing. They are nothing but hearsay. So, really cool thing about this scene is after we unbrainwash Yang with some very special conditioning. He joins us, and all the NPCs freeze in place. So we get this girl who is literally in the path on our way. So, oh my god, she's a ghost! Ah! If she stops, she can stop right in front of the inn, and if she does, you can walk through her twice, right? Best of speedrun manip. Wow, I have a lot of steps in the old waterway, and by steps I mean extra encounters. Goodness. It's Encounter City down there. That's what happens when you never air out your old waterway. You just get monsters down there, and that's how we get monsters. It's a ghost? No! So the Baron Key, which also looks like Jafar's staff, you're welcome, turns out it was in poor brainwashed Yang's pocket this entire time. So had I tried to go to any of the, not any of the, but had I tried to go to the weapon shop or certain places here in Barrentown, they would have been locked, and in fact still are. But now I've got a key, so we're unlocking them because I have things to do. I have all of this money, and it is literally burning a hole in my pocket. So we're gonna buy some cool things. So those are actually super useful items. No, dude, don't go up there. I got stuff to do. So this is where this run gets a little fun. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't have these actually memorized. I have them mostly memorized. 58 ice. Actually, maybe I do. Ice, and then cure. Double check quickly that I bought the right items. I did. Don't worry about those stacks of items. They mean literally nothing. They're just shiny, and I want to fill up my inventory with shiny, random items and random number stacks. Do you believe me? Good, because I don't either. That is part of my glitch manipulation. We're going to go into a really cool glitch at the end of this run, and those items, in the type of item they are, and in the quantities I've bought them, placed in certain spots in my inventory, are going to do some really cool item warping for me. So, but you do have to have them in the correct place to have that work. So, yeah. So, let's continue on Encounter City here. It's accurate. Excuse me, I'm a Niffler. Thank you. Back attack. So, we want them to be hitting Palom, Porum, and Yang. Please hit those people. I really love it when you hit those people. I'll be a dragon too. Can I be a raccoon dragon who looks like a Niffler? Or a raccoon Niffler who looks like a dragon? That seems like a really weird, like, chimera beast. Yeah, right? RPG chick understands. Good morning, everybody. Second back attack in a row. It's okay, the game is just trying to give me good RNG. It's giving me bad RNG now to make things good later. I'm just gonna keep telling myself that, and hopefully I'll believe it. Please keep hitting the twins and Yang. No reason. I have no particular hate for them at all. I just need them to die. Awkward. So we don't have time for regular walking through this area, so we're just gonna skip it all. Bye. Do-do-do-do-do. I am certainly a fantastic piece. Thank you for noticing. Me and Newt, we get up on adventures. I love how fast you run in this game when you're actually... There's no ATB bar you've got to fill up. There's no run ATB bar you've got to fill up. Just sadness and tears. So... I should probably be saving here, but we are, for no reason that I think is safe at all, gonna YOLO this. Yeah, I agree. That'd be pretty fabulous. The one downside with being that, unless my hands were raccoon hands versus dragon claws, I probably wouldn't be able to play video games anymore, and that would be sad. Yeah, we're YOLOing. So speaking of YOLOing, so you know how I mentioned that Tella somehow gets useful? Well, I got a story for you. We are gonna show off our new, shiny, actually useful chops here. And we are going to do some cool things. So there's one cure for Tella. There's a cure for Cecil. Okay. Now, we have just underflowed Tella's MP, so he has way more than 90 MP right now. By tricking the game into using a spell, I did not have the MP to use. However, we're not done here yet. Poor Yang. He's a little bit naked. We gotta give him some things, so... No, the karate. Why? Right? Boomerang 06. That's actually the bottom right corner of the thing. Equipping people. Ooh, I forgot to do this last time and it really hurt. Nope, not actually what I want. Please put the correct piece of armor on there. Excellent. You know what doesn't hurt? That. So we're good. I like Cecil being durable, so let's go. No. There's no Meteos here. Didn't you know? Tella is way too frail to use Meteo. But yes, I'm totally gonna Meteo these guys. No, oh yeah, totally. He's gonna die when I use it 3 times? Worth the risk. I got guys who smell like monsters. I got stuff to do, guys. So, someone here is important, and it is... We're gonna punch people. Just ignore me murdering my own party members. It's nothing to see here. So we're doing some pretty important experience routing here. Please just punch yourself. She's not gonna... Oh, good. Excellent. So, nope. That was not Pelham. Any run where I can get all of my twins and Yang dead is a good run. So now we're just gonna chill. So yeah, we just Meteo'd the heck out of poor Bigan, who smells like monsters. He got in our way, and that's what happens when you get in our way, guys. You get Meteo'd. So yeah, so by underflowing our MP, I had an excessive amount of MP, and it's only the MP which stops Tella from using Meteo. So with lots of MP, we're gonna use certain spells to abandon, because we're great like that. Okay, no, I don't want to be in status. So there's a movement tech in menuing that you can do, which is referred to as plinking. And if you do it wrong, you go too far, and it's sadness and tears for everybody. The only thing with having my MP underflowed like this is I cannot actually use my magic outside of battle. So I'm bringing Yang back, but I am not actually curing him. Because we're really mean to poor Yang in this game. Especially in this round. Okay, boss 2. This is why it's a YOLO, because it's 2 bosses in a row. Now, the strategy here is to use Lightning 3 on Kainazo, and if Tella loves us, it should kill him. I've even given him the Change Rod to do more damage. However, sometimes Tella gonna Tella. So we want to get a couple extra hits in before Tella does anything, though. So we don't cure up Yang because we want him to die from the wave, which is happening, but we do need him to do extra damage, so we're going to try and hit anyways. Probably didn't need to, but we're doing it. I should take that time to organize. Oh, beautiful. Mwah. So Kainazo actually only has 4,000 HP. So since I can't organize my inventory there, we're just going to sit and take the extra in-game timer time. See, we didn't need to save, guys. We're fine. So one thing that happens to Cecil when he becomes a paladin is he does go back to level 1. So you get a lot of levels with Cecil over the next few battles because not only is he back at level 1, the game really thinks he's at level 1. So it's like very silly amounts of experience to go up to next levels. So yeah, we did some. To be fair, we didn't actually hacks against Kainazo. Tella does have enough MP to cast that normally. So hope you guys like cutscenes because we are in one of the biggest ones in the game. It is a series of cutscenes, so we did finally... Guys, we made it! We made it to Baron! And so after defeating what turns out to be a fake king, he was replaced by an evil fiend all this time. Sid comes in being like, no, I've had enough. You guys cannot abuse my airships anymore because Sid's a great person. And unfortunately though, Kainazo was not quite as dead as we had hoped, and he has set this room to squeeze us to death. Because hugs are great, even when they're wall hugs? Are wall hugs a thing? Yeah, this is one of the worst sections of the game. It's really nice with the MP underflow because who doesn't love media? Baigen is a lot harder when you don't have media. Also, in the DS version, his snake arms literally wiggle. It's the cutest thing ever. So, Bible thump for our poor, poor twinsies. They saw the walls coming and they're like, no, we can save it. And so, Tella tries to cure them. He's like, you guys are too young. We can't have this. And it doesn't work because they voluntarily became stone. Though, over a persevering theory, whatever, words are hard, is that actually Tella was the one who turned them to stone. He sacrificed the twins because he didn't need them anymore. And so when he tries to cure them, it doesn't work because he didn't actually want to cure them. Tella, that was not a very nice thing to do. We like those twins. Now, one of the really cool glitches that you can do using the twins is you can actually use them to throw items that are not supposed to be meant to be thrown by putting Palom into a mimic state. It's referred to as the mimic glitch or the carrot trash can glitch. And by runners who are much better than me, it is used for against Mylon and Mylon, especially Mylon Z, to great effect. You do a huge amount of damage, and it saves quite a bit of time if it works. So if you want to see that strategy in effect, you should watch this run in AGDQ. Rivers McCown will be running it, and I will be one of the commentators on the couch. So look forward to that. It's going to be amazing. He is a fabulous runner of this game. He is so good. So we do finally get our airship, because the Red Wings may have theirs, but Sid had been working in secret. Now, you know how I mentioned that you can mash through text with basically any button? Well, the X button is one such button you can mash with, but X is also your menu button. And if in this cutscene here you are mashing X, you have the possibility to soft lock your game. As it tries to go into the menu as it's leaving the cutscene before you're actually ready to go to the menu, and the game will just freeze and that's it, you're done. So don't mash X. There's, I think, another spot where that can happen. So in general, there's a reason most runners do not mash with X. Because, you know, ain't no one got time for soft locks. So, Kane did show up with the Red Wings saying, so we got Rosa, and there's one crystal left, so if you go and pick that up for me, I'll trade. And we're like, we don't like that deal at all, but we're not quite sure we have a choice. I thought I might have had swag parking. So, hardest part of the game, parking the airship. So we're just gonna get back to our step route thing. Oops. You know what I didn't want to do? That. But... okay, so we're slightly off step route. Don't worry about it. So that was, I think, an extra step. There's 3 optional steps I got here. So we're gonna pretend I knew what I was doing. Actually, there's an extra step on the world map that I won't take instead. So we're gonna take our usual 3. So we're gonna walk off the path. And how many extra steps? And then, well, I was supposed to do optional steps anyway, so we're not gonna do our extra step here. Don't worry about it. What could possibly go wrong? So it turns out, all along, we found Bedward. Yeah, really. I'm not joking. That is serious tech. If you see runners just go right to that spot and park right away, God gamers. So good. The fact I was even that close, that was a fast parking job. So I needed 3 steps. I took an extra 1, and then I took 3 steps. So I'm a little off step route. I can potentially save it. Okay, on the way back. That's okay, we're only slightly off. So, we have done a cool thing here. And we want to take away that underflow right now, because we want to exit because walking is for chumps who have legs. I don't know where that was going, but either way, walking is slow. So, we are using exit, but we can only use exit without the underflow glitch. Okay, I was like, okay, cool. I was being messaged, and I thought it might be marathon related, but it's not, so it gets ignored. Wah, wah, wah. So, thankfully, the place we have to go next is surrounded by water and mountains and bad things, so we can't actually fly our airship there. So we need one of these lovely black chocobos, which again is really difficult. Accident, you were always a god gamer, at least in my eyes. So in order to land here, we do need one of those chocobos. But one of the things about that is, again, we had to farm a yellow chocobo who left the screen in a certain spot in order to manipulate the glitch. So I have to do no matter, like, literally nothing else. I cannot get another yellow chocobo, otherwise it will undo what I did and I have to hope I get another good chocobo. Yeah, I need to see Edward there. It is literally a plot point. I don't need to see the priestesses who are like, please. Instead, though, I am going to, I do need to talk to Edward, get the next plot item, and continue on. See? You're the best, Accident. By the way, shoutouts to Accident, who made the guides I am currently using and the step route stuff. He does a lot of really important background work for the Final Fantasy IV speedrunning community, so huge shoutouts to him. It's his website that we use in order to, for most of the notes and resources, so thank you to Accident for doing all that amazing stuff for us in the community. Otherwise, I'd really not know where to walk. So, that save point is a place I can go in order to take extra steps, but I don't need no extra steps. I do have to walk more carefully. Everything is much worse in the DS version. I think literally all things are worse in the DS version. I did not enjoy that game casually at all. But I am trying to learn it speedrun-wise because it's kind of fun that way. So the big mechanic of this cave is if anyone who is wearing metal is paralyzed. So the only one currently not wearing metal or is not dead is Sid. So Sid is a very important dude right now because it is only by his good grace that I am able to run away right now. So him getting paralyzed is very bad, but we're okay. So speaking of Sid and being able to do things, definitely didn't equip him with metal. Don't worry about it, guys. Actually, I'm gonna just do a quick. So I think, okay, hold a sec. We're gonna try and do this from memory, and then we are sticking you in the front row. Then we're doing that. And then we're sticking you down below. Guys, I remembered how to do a thing. That is amazing. Okay, so we're great. We're good. This is fabulous. I'm just gonna jump down to, in case I have some item inventory time. So guys, it's time. Fight Dark Elf. The true hero of this game. Oh god, I died! Guys, oh boy, did I save before this cave? Oh goodness. Thankfully, plot point death. Yeah. So I purposely equipped the iron glove, which I stole from Kane right at the beginning of the game, onto Sid. And by doing that, it ensures that he also get paralyzed, so I'm stun locked. So rather than waiting for Dark Elf to absolutely destroy me, I am able to just cutscene ends really quick, no extra text, no extra attacks, game over. So that is a death we want. And now, because we went and got the twin harp, as it's called in this version of the game, from Edward, we are now going to be able to defeat Dark Elf, because Dark Elf really does not like music whatsoever. Yeah, so he is going to play, it's called Whisperweed in most of the other versions of the game. So we have already done our equipping though, so we are ready to go. We are going to go dive right into this fight for realsies. So, yeah. Yeah, nobody likes the tunes that Edward plays. Don't know what it is about his music, but just, we ain't got time for it. Okay, so we are doing some nice hits here, and we're doing a very important job with Tella, and that is we are murdering Sid. Bye, Sid. We love you, but please die. So again, this is part of our experience routing. We used him to get a hit off on Dark Elf. That was not good, but actually not too bad. You also hit him. Come on. You too? That was bad. Okay, so this is why that's bad. We need Tella to be able to cast spells here. So we're going to do a quick heal. Him getting whispered is terrible. So we're going to give a cure to 2 to Cecil, because as long as Cecil's like that, we are actually going to cure him, because if the spell goes off, that would be bad. So when Dark Elf turns into this phase, oh, that was a close one. You can actually cast Weak on him. So we're gonna do exactly that. Bye. Easy peasy. Had I not gotten whispered, you just do that right away. It goes super quick. Everything is wonderful. So the true hero. Sorry, dude. You had to be stopped. Your tyrannical reign. I need that crystal. I gotta save my girlfriend. So we have ended Dark Elf. So don't forget to pick up that crystal. That is incredibly important. Your run gets stopped real fast, and you will actually have to walk back if you forget to pick up that. So again, we don't have time for walking. Walking is slow. So bye, we're leaving. Yeah, I think the moral of this story is we kill anyone who gets in our way. Twins, Sid, Tella. Yes, so the reason for all of this particular experience of routing is we want to, oh, that was so good too. We are trying to get Kane back at a certain experience level. Okay, listen. True boss, final boss of the game. So, any party member who you've received earlier kind of sits in the shadow party. And while in the shadow party, they're still gaining experience. So we purposely are making sure we're routing the experience so that when Kane joins us again in the Tower of Zot, he will be at level 19. Yeah, noCW is particular, but not near as bad as noCW. noCW is really strict with the experience routing. I will note I did get level 18 Kane on my very last run of this, so it is possible and definitely happens. I did not take my extra steps, so guys, we don't need extra steps. So we're supposed to be exiting here, but we're gonna take those extra steps and then we're gonna exit. So we've got to take 5 steps. Take 2 steps. It'll tell me where's a good place. Excellent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. So again with the exit because walking slow. So that is the end of any extra steps I will have to take. Goodbye, step route guide. We're done with you. So look at that. That was beautiful. So that's what happens when you're off your step route. Don't worry about it. We are also saving before we go to Tower of Zot. Tower of Zot's not very nice at all. So this is one of the main reasons we do step route manip for this run. Because we, not only are the encounters really not nice in Tower of Zot, but you start to get a lot more back attacks. Yeah, there's a lot of really amazing dead sprites in this. Yeah, actually Yang doesn't need the experience at all, which is often why he's the dead one. You're gonna see that a lot in Tower Zot. We're gonna get him dead. So Sid dies because, yeah, we just don't need Sid anymore at all. But Yang is the next to join him. Instead, but we're not quite done yet. There are still some more things we have got to do here. And there's an item which we definitely want to get for our party. And, oh no, surprise attack, badness. Please hit Yang. No, hit Yang. Please hit Yang, guys. So we are going to make sure we're going to take a heal here. Because these guys, if you just need to get the one wrong back attack, and your run is dead. And that is bad. We're going to give one more just in case I have no more encounters. I think I do have another. No, I might be able to get it to the next place I'm going. So nope, I'm just totally off step route. Yes. Back attack. Oh yeah, guys. Guys, they're doing it for me. Kind of. I need Yang. Thank you. I'm surprised I'm hanging on as well as I am. I'm not very good at commentating and doing what I'm doing. So, we want to fight this chest. So this chest has a monster in it with an item we really want to have. So we have everything we need. Let's do this. Actually, we're gonna quickly do that. Help me out a little bit. Technically losing time, but that's great. So this flame dog is not very nice. Many runs have been lost to flame dog. No, that's bad. Fight, please punch yourself there. Oh, that's bad. We gotta get through this real quick. Okay, there are things I should have done there, but it's much more important that Cecil does not die. Okay, excellent, dead. So I want to duplicate Cecil's weapon, but I can do that in the next fight. That does not have to be done there. So we are gonna cure, because again, everything here wants me to die. Very critically wants me to die. Yeah, but who wants to take the time to level up both Palom and Porum to level 60? That's excessive. In the No64 version of this run, there is actually a grind section of the latter part of the game that we're skipping this run, and it does take over. It takes a bit of time, and it uses a really cool vitality glitch, which if you use a Phoenix down on an enemy you've just killed, it comes back to life with 0 HP, so you get the experience from that enemy, which never came back, as if you had actually killed it. So we use that to great advantage in the later part, in the Giant, in the No64 run, but sadly we do not do that here. And even with that, we still only get our characters to level 50. Yeah, we don't have time for the levels. Gotta take care of some business. So much walking. Walk, walk, walk. So we have about 4 bosses left in this game, and if everything goes well, we've only got about 30 minutes left of the run, though probably closer to 40 minutes if nothing goes wrong here. So, but this is the last major dungeon of this category. So if you like random encounters, please get your fill here. They won't be here for much longer. We are going to take a bit of safety here because there are so many bad things that can just go wrong. And we've got some menuing to do, so while we're menuing, so we're going to do our good old MP underflow again. Okay, I kind of do it better in that direction anyways. So again, it's frame perfect, doesn't always go so well. Okay, cure 4, please. There we go. Tella's the one who needs it, great. We don't need to bring anyone else back, but we do need to... I think that's exactly where I want everyone, actually. We're just going to double check. Revive Yang. No, I don't need Yang. We are going to save, though. Save. Because I had Mega Sister's Focus Fire on Tella when I played in my last run, and it was really quite unfortunate. I did not enjoy it whatsoever. So we are also going to close our step routing, because we don't need that anymore. Welcome to the Tower of Zot. Hope you like it here. It's filled with sadness and tears. There we go. Let's do this. Okay. So, Medio, love it. Now, if everything goes well, we're yes, please, hit Cecil. We love hitting Cecil. Not so good, but we're okay. Okay, dupe the shield. Oh no, they have Wallop! Oh no. Look, guys, I literally just said this. They did this to me the other day, too. This is very bad. I'm most likely just going to reset, but we're going to give it a quick recovery. This is why I safety saved there. Come on. If I can get him cured, I've recovered this. Or if they attack Cecil. Yes! We got it. Okay, guys, take 2. Cecil is going to cure himself because we're a huge fan of Cecil not dying either. because he needs to protect Tella. And he won't do that if he himself isn't critical. Welp, Tella, it's all on you, buddy. Come on, Tella. Go, Tella. Go, Tella. Let's see if you can do it. Let's see if you can save the day. Probably not gonna save the day. Come on, live. Live, live, live. Live, he's totally cool. Meteor! That was an excellent save and almost guarantees that I get the level 19 cane that I need. So great. Time waster. Definitely overtime right now. But that was actually probably the best recovery. Oh my god, thankfully, Meteor is an 100% hit accuracy. It cannot miss. So, I am gonna give... I don't even know if I need to do this, but we're doing it right there just cause. And I'm gonna give him a quick cure. I don't even know if I can get an encounter, but I am not risking my run for the case that I could get an encounter. So, we're about to see a really cool cutscene, which I'm gonna let you guys enjoy in peace, and I will be back in about 30 seconds, maybe a minute. Let's just get to the cutscene. No! So the beauty of this cutscene is it gives you enough time to just step away for a quick moment, and I always make it back for Yang screaming, "It'll destroy you!" So yes, we Meteored the sisters, so even though Tella has used Meteor twice, apparently, third time is not the charm. This is the true time. This is the true time that ends everything. We're gonna do a bit more pausing, because pausing is where it's at. And Tella, goodbye Tella, you have done well for us. This is plot hacks though. You're allowed to hack if it's for plot. Except he did not get the oh-so special plot immunity, which usually comes with that sort of thing. I'm so glad Tella can't actually miss Meteor when you're using it. That would be the worst. But yeah, nobody can miss Meteor. It is guaranteed, but it's slow. That's one of the downsides to using Meteor and why we don't just use it everywhere. It is very slow, so you just kind of sit there for ages being like, hello? Are you here? Are you there? Okay, so we should have no more random encounters for the rest of the run. There's a possibility perhaps for one more, but we are basically in cutscene and boss mode, and then the true magic. But there is also one more elemental fiend that we've got to take care of before we are done. But first, let's go talk to our friend. Even though he has betrayed us in the past, we don't like to see him lying there all hurt. So, he explains that he was being controlled, but he's back now, and he's like, oh no, Rosa! So, cue the epic music. We saved her just in the nick of time. How likely was that? Oh look, they're so happy. 2 sprites, 1 tile. Yeah. Look at them, so cute. This is the highest of animation tech there, guys. Una and Titus got nothing on those two. Oh yeah, you always know what version of this is from this scene. Final Fantasy II US. Yep. Super Nintendo version. It is the most changed version. However, it's also very glitchy. And a lot of glitches were fixed in a lot of the other versions. Most of these glitches exist in the Super Famicom version, but that's also harder. I was going to try and run that for you guys today, but it just didn't work out. So, the important thing is don't step down. That is bad. Sadness and tears. Before you do your menuing, you want to menu like a boss. Okay, so we are gonna do this, and then we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do some cool equipping. Hi, what up? Hey, Rosa. No, we're not giving you. She doesn't need a weapon. She just needs to not get squished. For what I would like to think is obvious reasons. Oh, nope, can't go into him yet because we gotta finish a certain item duplication glitch we started earlier. So by only dragging the space up, we get only 2 of the item in question. So we don't actually need that extra fire sword on him yet. But we do want one of them for Kane. Nope, we don't want prisoner. Prisoner's bad. We want karate. And silver staves. So I think we've equipped both people. I have lifed whoever needed lifing, and we have moved everyone around, I think. And oh, we've got level 20 Kane, guys. Thankfully, there's no downside to having a higher level Kane. There's just a bad side. He gets an extra point of agility, which we need that speed for this battle, at level 19. Okay, Val, it's on. Like Donkey Kong. You're right, but I don't particularly need sleep in this battle for some reason. Not quite sure why. No, Val, how are we ever going to hurt her? So, don't need the cure because we want everyone in a, or not everyone necessarily in a critical status, but if they're in a critical status and we have not parried with Cecil, then he will defend them. So we just need to keep Cecil full. Fight. So he can cure himself while we're waiting for Kane to jump. Yeah, we want that extra attack, guys. So Kane does nothing but jump, providing he has the extra agility point. And we're going to cast slow on Val twice with Rosa, because most bosses are still, they're actually not immune to slow. So we do not want her to be fast. Again, for what I think are obvious reasons. We can't do it more than twice, it's just not effective. I think... Wow, I'm actually getting great timings on this. This is a great Val fight. I say that before I'm done. Oof. So since she's done her slows, she gets put on curing Cecil duty. Oh look, we can key Sid. How much more weak can he be? That was a really terrible damage roll. Wow, that was bad. Good thing I got Rosa on cure 2 duty. Doing that. And we're doing that too. We are doing all the things, guys. Look at us. And we're using the item rather than the spell because it's faster and it doesn't have a miss chance. I'm just gonna sit here for a quick second. No, I was hoping, she'd die there. Okay, we are gonna sit here for a second. Oh yeah. So we're gonna start, No, not fast enough. That's okay. So we're just... Don't mind what I was doing. It was nothing important. What could possibly go wrong? So that was actually a really excellent Valvalis fight. That's how you want to see it. You have Kane constantly jumping. You parry just after she turns into her tornado, because we just don't... Unless it's Cecil. Never parry with Cecil. And just progress. 2 slows with Rosa, and then curing after that, and it's magical. Yeah. Hey man, good thing I haven't actually played Half-Life yet. I will delay all of your games. So we're back in Cutscene City. So Kane explains that the 4 crystals have been stolen, but it turns out they're not the only crystals. There are 4 crystals in the underground too, and Baron already has some of them. And look, I have this key in my pocket. So it's gonna open up the path to the Dark World. He doesn't know where to use it, but he does know it'll open up the passage to the underground. So we are going to now try and make up for our previous failures and save the crystals. Save what crystal is left. You are so right, Pajamagram. But thankfully, there is no Barabishia in this run. Barbishia. I don't even know how to properly pronounce it. Nope, don't go that way. Oh, Rosa's got all the moves, guys. Do not doubt Rosa. She may have spent most of this run tied up and, incapacitated, but every time she's been around, she's a grief counselor. She's got cookies on hand, helping young summoners learn fire. It's great times. So, if I didn't have a good chocobo at this point, I would go and farm one from the place right next to Baron, but I have one. So, we're not going to ruin my previous good work by being unable to park. Oh my god. There we go. Got it. Got it. Easy every time. Okay, so luckily we know that if we toss this magma key down this well, then we are actually going to open the path to the underground. So that one key in there actually blows up a mountain. That is really not kind of cool. But we got this. Okay, so away we go. We are ready. So we are nearing the end of our run, folks. We have about 20 minutes left, maybe 25 if I'm not doing very well. You know what? Okay, we're in a marathon-ish setting, so we're gonna do an extra safety save here. I feel confident that I have all the items I need, but once I go into the underground, there is no escaping. This becomes a no escape run. You are stuck. So if you don't have the items you need, you're in trouble. So we're gonna be safe, and we're gonna just do an underground or a before underground save. But I feel I'm doing okay, so I think we're fine. Yeah, I think I knew that about the fire spells. Yeah, there's some pretty magical things about this game, just in general. So, my personal favorite casual version to play is the PSP version. It is just wonderful. Everything about it is great. So, when we go down with our airship, it turns out the Red Wings are already there. And not only are they already there, but they're fighting with someone. And we just happen to jump right in the way, which is not fun for anybody, especially us who shipwreck. Air shipwreck? I'm not quite sure. So, hello, welcome to the end of the game. So we're going to do some quick equipping here. And by equipping, I mean organizing. And then we're going to do this. Hey, I like after years. I can understand why people don't. Hold on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So after all this time in this run, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I've decided I don't like my background color anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm definitely not setting it to anything specific that is relevant in any way, shape, or form. Also, I've decided my guys have not worked very hard, and we need to do some stairs. Leg day? Today's leg day. So I hope you can count to 63 with me. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6 of the way there. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. We're doing so good. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, essentially half. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40's almost there, 41, 42, yeah, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, so close, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, and 63. Well, I just thought my guys really needed to work out. They have been slacking so much this round, they just had to do leg day. So, as much as I would love to pretend that leg day was just a fun and games, that is actually part of my glitch manipulation, and in fact, probably the most important part. So because of the way this game has been programmed, also, the reason I didn't look in chat was those numbers. So the way this game was programmed, specifically stairs, is that in almost every location, rather than incrementing and then decreasing when you go up and down, it doesn't matter whether you go up or downstairs, they always increment. So what I was doing is I was filling up the buffer with stairs. And something about the way they've programmed it is it literally loses its mind when you hit 64. So, but we're at 63 right now. So right now, we've got 2 bosses to do. And for any of you guys who are not familiar with me running this game, I'm really not so great at these dolls, or used to be much worse. So we are going to do our best to show these dolls, these creepy, creepy dolls who are boss. It is me. Please, please let it be me. Yeah, because if I don't defeat them in the correct way, they will join into one big, massive, big Calcabrina doll, lovingly termed as Big Doll, or as I've been petitioning, Netta Doll. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Nope. So I'm going to be focusing a little here. So you want to kill the last 2 dolls of different colors, so a blue and a yellow, orange doll at the same time. If there's only 1 doll of any color left at any point, but I mean alone, there's just 1 singular doll, bad news bears. Very bad news bears. So, we're doing strategy. Yeah, nobody. Apparently a lot of people like their music though, and I don't even like their music because apparently I'm a bad person. I'm okay with this. I accept it. Okay. So we are also going to do this. I am going to mute my party. And so remember back with the piggies, we did a... we're going to play this real safe here. I talked about the status ailment priority chart. So we're doing a bit of that again, except we're setting up for next battle. We want to mute everybody so we don't get paralyzed. That I maybe should have waited, but that's okay. We're gonna punch some dolls. Nothing could possibly go wrong. No, we're good. That's actually okay. We're fine. Totally fine. Nothing could go wrong. And by nothing, I mean that just something went wrong. Please, Frozen, save my bacon. Oh, guys, we did it. Oh, thank goodness. Oh, God, I really hate that part. Okay. So we did defeat the dolls. Now, beginning of the next fight is also serious time because I have to make Kane jump right at the beginning of the battle or things go badly. Or not as well as they could, so we got this. Oh look, Golbez is back. Yeah, Calcabrina is really not nice. Let's do this. Actually, I don't want to know yet. Excellent, perfect. So we're going to have a little party time here. I'm going to rearrange my inventory because inventory rearrangement is the thing to do. We'll equip this while we're here. Okay, any cure stamps? So, I know I put that in the wrong spot. I know, because of the way this works, is that I have until a certain text box with him, with Golbez, to do some cool rearranging. And he's going to talk for a while. But the text boxes don't move on while I am in here. So I've got to kind of balance moving the text along and getting all my items in the correct spot. Without wasting too much time. It's really quite the balance. Demolish, so cure that. That's a great spot. Thunder that's good. Okay, I've killed someone. I'm a monster. That's okay. Take one for the team, guys. Just walk it off. We just did 63 sets of stairs. You got this. So I'm ready. I'm equipped. No one needs to be lifed. And you, Cecil. So that is my point. Oh, look! There's a mist dragon! Yeah, I can't do the numbers. I see the numbers in some of the guides. I'm like, what? So because of what we did, we're able to queue up movements ahead. So the ideal is we kill Golbez before our savior even shows up. That is what we want. That is beautiful. So we got everything set up. We are ready to go into our glitch. We're not even going to double check it a second time because I've double checked it once already. So it turns out our savior is Rydia. She's here! Yay! Adult Rydia is my favorite. I love her. So it turns out when she was tossed overboard, she was in fact sent to the land of summoned monsters. And time moves a bit differently there. So even though she was 7 when we saw her like a week ago, she's now a teenager. She is like, I don't know, younger than Cecil, but still a teenager. So, but she has lost the ability to use white magic, but that is actually really irrelevant. So, Golbez proving he's super creepy and turning into a hand and stealing the crystal. So, even though we did a really good job at defeating him, he just said no and ran anyways. So, apparently, there is another crystal in the sealed cave. So we're gonna go and head off to do that, right? Okay, first off, we got some things we gotta do. And the first is, Rydia comes with a really beautiful spell, and so long as we don't move from the position where that cutscene ends, we can use warp and... Hey guys, the crystal's still there! Golbez really is not very good at this. So we're gonna pick up a crystal, and now, if we've done everything correctly, the magic begins. So hello, welcome to the glitch. Everything is broken, everything is wonderful, don't panic, everything is good. So we overflowed the maps, and so this is what the game thinks the maps are now. We're in the mage room, which we're going to use a whole bunch. Go left twice. Okay, cool. And so we're here to the sealed cave, like we were told. We had to get here, and Yang has decided in the interim that he no longer wants to be a monk, and he's going to be a ninja from now on. And so he pulled out this really cool cosplay outfit, and he's going to hang out with us. And Kane, surprise, surprise, has betrayed us again and stolen the crystal, which we just worked really hard to steal with a glitch. So that crystal we picked up is actually the one from the sealed cave. So by warping and picking that up, we get that. See, Yang's still there. I don't know who this new guy's pretending to be. So I gotta move that item there because that is setting up an item warp for me. So by moving it, we're gonna change things a little bit. So go right, down, left. And now we're on the moon. Blam! So, yeah, again, the certain items we have and the places I put them create a set of X, Y, and Z coordinates, sending me certain places in the world and certain positions on those maps. So, we're abusing it gratuitously. Yeah, so we're on the moon. Hello. We're recruiting everyone's favorite Uncle Mop. And he is the savior of this game. You guys thought Meteor was good? It got nothing on the magic that Fusia. He's from the moon, guys. He's got the best magic. Yeah, we got Takaze knows what it's at. So we've got Fusia. So we are on our last split, guys. If everything goes well, we've got about 5 to 8 minutes left. But we got some rearranging to do first, though. I always have to look at where I'm putting this stuff. One. Don't put these in the wrong spot, guys. It goes so poorly. And then I don't need to check where these go. I know where these go. So I'm just a little picky. So we are running around some things here. So everything's beautiful. Nothing hurts. And we're great. So we got Uncle Mop. We put some things in a certain order. Don't worry about it. Just don't even worry about it. And we're back in our mage room, and we're leaving. Bye. We're out. So we're heading left, because left is the best thing. For anyone who doesn't recognize this screen, this is where the dwarven blacksmith that you get Excalibur from lives. We're just borrowing his map, because he's a cool dude like that. So we're going straight up again. So I want to go up, and then I want to go left, then I want to go up, and then I want to go left. So I'm doing what's referred to as the 12 item route. So 12 item route is magical in that it has a really cool room in the middle where I am going to use that. It's got a save point, and I love save points. Save points are pretty cool. So I'm gonna walk left here until I get there. So guys, this glitch. Isn't it amazing? This is why I love running this category, because you just spend the whole time going, I don't even know what's happening, and I love everything about it. So some of our more technical people could definitely explain it in more detail, but basically we did leg day in order to buffer, and there's a lot of different factors that the game goes to and pulls the information from in order to know where to go. The items, so I'm moving left twice, so I'm on a save point now, so that's great. So let us check. Time matters. I don't want a bacon. We have a lot of crispy bacon here, a lot of it, until 1:59, but we also have a save room, so we're gonna do this here. We're gonna do a little bit of YOLO here, and we're just gonna go, and let's see what happens. If we bacon, though, we've got a save point, so we're totally fine. So far, so good. Oh, that was crispy bacon, guys. So what you just heard is you got a black screen, and you heard a little noise. So that is why we refer to the soft lock as baconing, because you just sizzled. So it is not officially safe until I get to 1:59:28, and then I have a huge amount of safety. So while we're here, I'm going to double check my gold. It should be fine because I did nothing different than usual, but sometimes you just want to check your things. So my money is totally safe. So there are 3 different things that the game looks at this point. I'm going to save again once I get to 1:59, just in case, so we don't have to wait again, because waiting's for chumps. We ain't got time for waiting. So we're just doing a little bit of chilling here. I'm just getting a timer up so I can, as soon as it turns to 1:59, I can sit in time and not manually count, because that's also for, people who aren't lazy. So the 3 main rooms that I could potentially bacon in or die in softlock here are determined by how quickly I loaded a save file, in-game timer, and also by my money. So I'm pretty sure it's the in-game timer one I just baconed on, because it was the second room. So I'm going to save here, though, again, so we do less waiting next time. Got my timer going. We're just chilling a little bit. We're fine. Everything is fine. If I walk down 2 steps, there is actually a shop. So if my money's not okay, I buy some things and fix it. So that's why we don't freak out too much about money. But this room is bad. Go, 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 go! Okay, so far we're fine. Good. Okay. This is good. Excellent, we're fine. We have not baconed. Guys, we're doing beautiful. And CPU, if you do CPU correctly, is beautiful. noCW does that, and it has some really particular strategies, but I do know what you mean. If you do it incorrectly and get those globes, you just sit there and cry forever, because it gets really murderous on your face. So, for anyone relevant who cares, we are almost done this run. We are just doing our last couple steps. We got about 3 to 5 minutes left, so we're going down. We're back in the Dwarf Castle, guys. This is exactly where we want to be, right? And so we're just gonna, don't worry about this spell here. There's nothing weird going on. This is totally normal. And you know what else is totally normal? We're gonna cast Exit, because that's what we've got to do. One last trip. Goodbye, Mage Room. We love you so much. Because now, it is time to fight Zeromus. We're at the final boss, ladies and gentlemen. So this is referred to as no credit work, because there is a version of this category where you can actually organize your items and warp right to the credits, but we don't do that because it's really broken and hard to do. So instead, we work to really close to the credits, but we want you to get your guesses in, because as you see, we have a special guest star, Sid, here, who is part of this game. and he is going to use some magic. And as he's not supposed to have magic, he rolls really, really low. So we're doing guesses from Meteo in the channel here. So, oh my god, Zero Wing, you're also getting on my 1812. You and Nits, so help me. So guess a range of damage between 1600 and 2100. The person with the closest damage, which is below, this is Price is Right rules, closest without going over wins. So get your guesses in. I'm 1842. I will type in the chat when the Meteo guesses get cut off. So, Meteo cut off. So anything that gets put in after that, too bad. Okay, I appreciate it, Zero. Thank you for representing my number like that. 1812 is my usual number. So guys, guess something. So white is already done. Oh, I gotta still mash text. I can't put my controller down, guys. We're not done here. And Yang, he's really sticking to his cosplay. And ho, hey look, Kane's back. I'm not quite sure where he came from. He's certainly not on my party, but he's hanging out. He's totally here. It's a party. Nothing could ever go wrong, right? So it turns out those spells we did earlier were just not enough to take out poor dude here. So we're gonna have to take out the big bucks. The big spells. Oh yeah, Kane wanted some bacon. So again, the sound the game makes when it breaks, and the walking map, which tells you when the in-game timer is good, is looks like a piece of bacon. So we refer to soft locking in this glitch as baconing. You don't want bacon. Only time bacon is bad. Okay, Meteo cut off. Let's see what we got. Ooh, 1724. That's quite a low roll. So far, Royal Blue Wizard. Oh, Pronzo. I think Pronzo is our winner here. Yep, our winner today is Pronzo, so congratulations on winning the satisfaction of knowing you guessed what Sid was gonna do. That's actually pretty difficult. Yeah, you were just over, you were so close. That feeling. Yeah, you win the satisfaction of knowing you were right. That's gotta count for something, right? It's Saturday morning. So it turns out everyone's okay. Hey, Yang? What are you doing there? We need you, buddy. We need you up on the moon right now. You're supposed to be there. Guys, there's just some weird stuff happening. I don't know what's going on anymore. And Sid too. God, guys. Yeah. Hey, it's happened, man. 2100 is more common than 1600, but 1600 could. Pronzo is our winner. You were the next closest, Royal Blue Wizard. RPG Chick was also really close, but she went over. Oh yeah, I was way over too. You weren't way over. You were 1722? Did I look at this wrong? Reading's hard, guys. Oh, you said 1914. Guys, I can't read. I'm sorry. Royal Blue Wizard, you can have your win back. Sorry, Pronzo, you're a winner for a few minutes. So, take satisfaction in that. So, you're gonna see here in this cutscene that I'm sitting here and running. And the reasoning for this is it was found at the beginning of this year that if you run while messages are scrolling during battle, you actually save frames. And there's enough messages and they're up for enough time in this battle that we save a whole 12 seconds by just sitting here and running. It is so beautiful. It hurts. Oh my god, typing and running is hard. Okay. Look at us. Bless him, Moon. Maybe I don't want to bless him. Have you guys considered that? Or maybe the moon doesn't want to bless him. Keep running. My dear brother. Yeah, spoilers. Golbez is actually Cecil's brother. Enjoy. You can do it. So we've got double mops here. And that's going to be an advantage because apparently when you add multiple mops to the same battle, the mops only get more powerful. So don't worry about this spell. It really is nothing at all, ever. So Zeromus is just shaken. I should have done the memes, but we're gonna just kill him instead. So official time for me is 2:17:19, and for those of you who are curious what just happened, one of the things that we did in the glitch, by moving Fusia's spells around the way we did, when we went down the stairs in the dwarf castle, we corrupted the spell data. So it actually started to take data from some enemy spells. So Fusia literally used explosion. He killed himself and did the damage onto Zeromus. And for what I think is pretty obvious reasons, Zeromus and nor any boss has no protections to that, because other than glitching out the spells, there's literally no way I should have been able to get that spell. So as it is glitched, it doesn't show as explosion in the menu. It grabs from a few different places. You get the name corruption of Uptco. I think I can't remember the names that it takes from, but yeah, it definitely breaks. So you use that. Fusia sacrifices himself for the cause, and you're dead. You don't need no crystal. What did I need a paladin for anyway? Seriously. So yeah, this was Final Fantasy IV, any percent, no credits warp. So it is an 100% run, and as you can see, even in the red, this run can be finished in just over 2 hours. And yeah, baconing is really scary. Yeah, exactly. Mop percent is where it at, guys. So, I'm just gonna check with my ladies here and see what our next plan is. We're gonna let the credits roll for a little bit, make sure that everyone's ready here, because credits are fun. Okay, cool. Let's watch the credits, because in Final Fantasy IV, if I had done the Super Famicom run I was thinking of, time doesn't end on the Japanese runs until it says the end. So we're gonna pretend. We're gonna pretend everything is totally cool and fine. We're gonna watch the sun. So guys, did you like that long legend earlier? Because if you did, you can read it again in Star Wars scrolling text, right? So great. So if you are interested, the Final Fantasy IV community does have a speedrunning Discord and community. Feel free to hit myself or Dravenheart up. We are both part of that community, or Storm Crazy Iowan. We are more than happy to bring new people into the fold. This is at times a really difficult game to speedrun, but it is incredibly fun and satisfying. Well, like, look at that glitch. That was so beautiful. So many things can go wrong. I take the safer route, the 12-item route, because there's a save point in the middle. So, yeah, I softlocked myself just the other day because I had 2 staves in a pile rather than just a singular staff. So, to give an example of what can go really wrong there, you can buy wrong items, wrong quantity of items, put them in one slot away from where they should have been. Yeah, it's really exacting. Also, it's pixel perfect on that chocobo, so sometimes there are debates as to whether you had a correct chocobo in game time. Like, it's so picky, but I love it. This is probably one of my most favorite runs to do, so that's why I was very happy to show it off for you. So we're gonna get things a little set up here. In the meantime, next up, we are going to keep watching the credits because we got some time, so let's chill for a minute. Next up is Soul Blazer Any Percent by TheRPGValkyries. So I'll be honest, I have not seen that at all, so I'm really excited to see this. As seems to be our trend for the day, we are running quite ahead, so definitely keep in mind. Now, something I do want to bring up while everyone is here. Excuse me, I've been talking a lot. We have some straw polls which are going to come to fruition very, very soon. So you guys should get voting on those, because we have an afternoon filled of things which those straw polls are relevant for. So let's get those up. So straw poll 2, which version of the run do you want to do? I got these, Draven, if she can hear me. So Child of Light, what do you want there? Randomizer, what party do you want? RPG chick to run with. One of my personal favorites. Do you want us to do me and Keishara to do the magic cutscene in Final Fantasy VI? If you guys have been paying any attention at all to the Kefka Narsh speedrun tournament that's happening, you will know that nobody does that cutscene because it's 40 seconds long. But if you guys want to see it, if you guys want to see the fanboys that are Edgar and Locke just swoon, literally swoon, get your votes in. And last, but certainly not least, Demon Chocobo, Final Fantasy VI. Do you want Keishura and I to be able to read the text? If so, vote for good taste. But do you guys want to revel in the absolute joy and magic that is our Lord and Savior, the Demon Chocobo? If so, vote for bad taste. Vote for the Demon Chocobo. So it is up to you guys what we do. We haven't decided whether that's a rolling incentives, so let's make sure to get your votes in and get that in. I know Keishura wants good taste, I want Demon Chocobo, so let that influence your votes. Oh yeah, I would love to figure a new glitch where the magic cutscene is perfect. Because people, I don't know, I love all of my viewers very much, and I don't want to say anything about what their opinions are, but we gotta get to converting, guys, because our Lord and Master, he's very sad. He doesn't want us to see. He doesn't like our retinas, and he likes to sow chaos. So we need to bring this chaos, guys. So, but make sure to get votes in for all of those votes. It's gonna be super exciting. Again, nothing else involved. Just click on the straw poll and get your votes in. I believe votes for each one will be cut off at the beginning of the runs. Again, unsure about good taste, so come on, guys. My retinas are too happy right now. Yeah, have some sympathy, yes. So we have a second vote here for good taste for RPG Chick. So if you love Keishura and RPG Chick, vote for good taste. But if you hate our retinas and are like me and adore him and are willing to suffer for the cause, pick Bad Chocobo. And by Bad Chocobo, I mean Demon Chocobo. Yeah, guys. Vote where your hearts take you. We will do. You are the viewers, so we will do it. Yeah, also, yeah, apparently people are putting all of their suffering into RPG Chick with the rando. Guys, don't do that. We love RPG Chick. I think last we checked, it was a lot of mages. At one point, Thief was also winning in the straw poll. Guys, don't do that to her. Why would you do that? So Damsian has people again, guys. Yay! Oh, wow. That is not a nice party. When your red mage is your main damage. Yeah, I voted fighter, black belt, white mage, black mage. So I got your back, RPG Chick. Don't you worry. Kappa Grinch? I love it. It's beautiful. We do not need an all-white mage run under any circumstances. I've definitely seen people do it though. So everyone's rebuilding. Basically, any kingdom that had a king that died now has a random other person as the king. Fabul's a little interesting. The king actually lived, but for some reason they decided to crown Yang as king. They're like, here you go, Yang, you can be king, you saved the world. That's how it works, right? Secret, that's not how it works at all. But Final Fantasy IV logic, we just don't question it. Scrap the tanks! Yes, and as 3-2 reminds me, you cannot spell fabulous without Fabul. Also, did you guys know that Cain was a natural blonde? He has the prettiest of hair. I love his hair. You don't get to see it very often, but he takes care of his luxurious locks and we love him for it. Dead guy an option. You guys are not very nice. And to everyone who's joining us, good morning. Yeah, Kane did look different in After Years. No reason. That's actually my favorite storyline in After Years. The whole chain with Kane and stuff. Oh, it's so great. Yeah, you're thinking. Oh, well, both Stranger and Holy Knight. Holy Dragoon. Sorry, I like After Years. I was playing it through casually on my PSP, but then life happened, so I haven't actually picked it up in months. I need to get back to that. You know, you're a true gamer when your Christmas plans revolve around how many video games that I can play that I haven't had time for lately. Ah, yeah. So we get to chill with the sun. I liked the Holy Dragoon, mostly just because it was really cool. I have nothing for or against the Holy Dragoon, but I like the whole plot that led up to it. So it was shiny. Super duper shiny. So guys, did you know there were 2 moons? Not anymore. Yeah, there was definitely some silly things that After Years did, and I can never blame anyone who does not like After Years, but I like it a lot. So, hot tip here. Apparently when you get married, you just push two single beds together. And speaking of After Years, if you play it, you'll know it's in the future, and they have a son who's the main character of After Years. And in this room, they push, there's a 3rd bed. So, yeah, so they just get rid of that piece of wall, and instead of just having 2 beds, they've got 3 beds in a wall. You're like, guys, he's your teenage son. He needs a bit of privacy. Yeah, you're gonna be a grandma, Dravenheart. Congratulations. Apparently his name's gonna be Theodore, which is a name. They never get a bigger room. They stay in this room, they tear down a portion of the wall, and put a 3rd bed in there. So apparently they're not actually married yet, but about to be. Yeah. After Years definitely does some pretty cringeworthy things. Yep. Aha! I hadn't actually known, or I had promptly forgotten that Golbez's name was Theodore, that he had any actual information. You find out some things about Golbez in After Years, which is kind of cool. I did the same thing, Shaolin. I bought every individual episode on my Wii, and I didn't finish it because I didn't realize all the levels would combine, and then I got to the moon at like level 20 and was just like, oh my god. And so stopped. So when it came out on PSP, but it was so pretty. Like that's how the remake should look. It was gorgeous looking, well playing, really true to the spirit of Final Fantasy IV. It was just lovely. So I do definitely like the PSP version of it. But again, Final Fantasy IV is the core game and the one we truly love. So whether you like or don't love After Years, let us be united in our joy or sadness when it comes to Final Fantasy IV. So everyone's friends are showing up, yay! Even people we basically have barely seen or met. Oh my god, there's both Yang and the ninja? How weird. Things are just getting really trippy. Hey, you cannot blame Cecil for that. There are a lot of people these days being named things like that, so this is definitely not that bad. Yay! Everyone's so happy. Look at them. Which character was it that had to be censored? I feel like it was Oh yes, it was. It was a Porm. Porm had to be censored. It was pretty amazing. Like, I love Palom and Porm, and they did neat things, but I wasn't Yeah, he definitely wasn't neat. It wasn't neat what they did. Like, there's no reason to do that to poor Porum. She was awesome. She did not need to be put in a really, like, I appreciate being whatever outfit you need, but yeah, it was, the fact they had to even censor it was a little unnecessary. And she's so great, though. I love Porum. Oh my goodness. If you are good enough at this category, it's under 2 hours. So another good run, good speed run. Now, do you want full runs or partial runs? Sketch percent I don't believe is. That's more than 2 hours. Kefka Nersh is at under 2 hours, so is Paladin. And so is technically this run if you get fast enough. If you're on full runs. Oh, wow. Hey, things happen. Her hair, I liked it. It was cute. So we get the credits roll. Flying through space! Whee! Yes, actual any percent for Final Fantasy VI is actually only about 50 minutes, I think. It's under an hour. Yeah. How many deaths do you want? Yeah, when you die 52 times in a row, I will never do that run. I know they have systems of keeping track, but I can barely count to 63 for leg day, or for my resets. So it's a little excessive, but so much fun. Also, can we just take a moment to appreciate the music which plays during the ending here? It is beautiful. Yeah, I've heard that using a playing card deck. People actually do that, which is so great. Yeah, I have this soundtrack, and I'll just put it on the CD and listen to it. It's so good. That's why both 4 and 6 are tied for first in my mind, because they're just so great. Different reasons. Okay, so. Presented by Square. So I think, yeah, we are officially done here. So thank you so much for having me this morning. I am going to pass it over to RPG Chick now for her Soul Blazer any percent run, but I am not gone for good. I will be back at 8 o'clock this evening, hopefully, probably earlier, knowing us, for Final Fantasy VI Kefka Narsh Race versus K. So again, get your votes in on all of those things, and we're going to pass the deck over to RPG Chick and then later K to take us through the wonderful rest of the morning and afternoon.